Hi, my name is Alexis Payne, and today I will be telling you about how sex trafficking is not being properly punished or looked at in our society today. 20.9 million people are being taken and become victims of sex trafficking, and this number is growing exponentially each year. Sex trafficking is a multi-million-dollar business, which is why so many people are being taken and used for this crime. However, if the punishments were higher for being caught partaking in sex trafficking, I believe that it would be a less occurrence and would cause a decrease in the people taken yearly. First, prostitutes only get around a year of jail time if they are found and convicted of sex trafficking, of being caught in prostitution. The pimps, however, get 2 to 3 years, but that is only if they are found with a minor of 16 years of age or younger. Pimps usually find these girls when they are young, and that helps them to build a trust and relationship with them in order to get them to continuously act in sex trafficking even though they don't want to. A case study I found while doing research on this subject talked about a 13-year-old girl who met a man, and he tricked her into running away with him and then eventually tricked her into going into sex trafficking. He abused her every day for around 10 years, but she never left until he nearly beat her to death, and that is when she finally decided to call the police. This story just goes to show that these girls are so deeply manipulated by these men that they stay and are put through terrible acts, and they're just so deeply manipulated they don't even know what they're doing. My next point is the punishments need to be more severe. If it is human nature that if something has a higher punishment, we tend to not do it as much. If there was a higher punishment for sex trafficking instead of just the 2 to 3 years for prostituting a minor, it would be a less likely occurrence in our society today, which is why this punishment needs to be more severe. The men that partake in prostitution and the pimps that are putting the prostitutes out on the street need to have harder punishments in order for this practice to stop. Another issue is the wrongful portrayal of the men and the women in this practice. Women are automatically looked at negatively if they are seen as prostitutes, and society automatically deems them as whores or sluts. However, it is due to this that they are given a harsher punishment than the pimps for being caught doing this crime. If society has a double standard for men and women, which is why the women have such a more severe punishment for being caught in prostitution than men. Overall, the punishment for prostitution needs to be upped and become a more severe and more important issue that our society needs to look at. If this were to happen, prostitution and sex trafficking would go down exponentially, and this would further our society